Alright, quick update, just on my way to Summerhill to pick up the new plane, so pretty exciting. I've got Dogboat here next to me. Hi Dogboat, good boy. So I guess I'll see you when it comes around to maybe having a look at the plane. Woohoo! Hey Harry, we're here aren't we? And here's the Tundra. I'm gonna get some better video when I can get out. I'm literally just out the front of the house where I bought it from the guy. So, yeah. Say bye. See you in the next clip. All right, we are back home, and I have the Durafly Tundra with me. It is right behind you guys, right in front of me. So let's take a look. So my first impressions with this plane are I really love the wide fuselage. Really, really cool. Probably the thing that I noticed that I like the least is from first glance, I think to get inside this hatch here, do you have to, what's this? Oh no, okay, cool. I was going to say, I thought you you needed to take the whole wing off or something, but all right, there you go. That's awesome. I had no idea that that happened. I just saw that little notch because I know that you can stick your finger in here. And let's try that again. Let's get access to the battery. Frustratingly, I did notice just earlier, I was trying not to look at too many things, so it was just a fresh look at it. Frustratingly, this part of the hook and loop, or Velcro, is the soft part. Who puts the loops on the plane itself? That is ridiculous. The thing that's moving around a lot, we want to be furry because that's going to come into contact with other furry things, okay, like shirts and jumpers and insides of backpacks and, you know, all those kinds of things. So I don't want this to be full of hooks to pick up carpet and everything else that I put it on. Like imagine if I put the batteries down on the chair, they're just going to pick up all that rubbish. So thankfully I've got heaps of the loop left because obviously, well, when you buy this stuff, it comes basically 50-50 hook and 50-50 loop. Or should I say, half of it's hook and half of it's loop. So if you buy a meter of it, you get a meter of this and a meter of the soft stuff. And I just cut it all up and put all the furry stuff on my batteries. I've got way more batteries than I do planes. So I'm just going to tear this piece off and I'm going to swap it over. Hopefully it doesn't do too much damage. Real-time plane destruction. Oh, great. Beauty. It's just coming off pretty easily. Excellent. So that's off. I might better reuse that for a battery because I'm all out of the soft stuff. I love the squishy wheels. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. I'm not sure. I guess it's just made out of some kind of foam. It's just super squishy. I love these squishy wheels. I think this must be the version 1 because it doesn't have any of those vortex generators. I've got to be careful. It's disgusting. The guy didn't even like wipe it down. It's really gross. I can already see like dirt building up on my fingers. I love the prop. It looks like a carbon fiber prop. That's really cool. I've heard people have had airflow issues. Their ESC overheating, but this seems to go right through as long as there's gaps on the other side underneath it. Look how disgusting that is. That is so gross. Yeah, the servos are inside the body, inside the fuse, so they're down there. I'm gonna need a, oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 6 channel. No, that must be the Y harness. I think I just need 4. What does that say? Ailerons. Yeah. And these are flaps. Cool, so I only need 2 channels for that. I'm not gonna, will I program crow? I could try it, that might be fun. But I think you need, do I need separate channels for each of those? Look at those little servos, they are tiny, they're cute. I'm guessing they're just like little 9-grammers. This is the rudder. What's this over here? Probably the ESC. Oh, that's the aileron again. That one there would have to be our throttle. Yes, it's our throttle. All right, so that's really cool. The back wheel is, I'm pretty sure that back wheel is rubber. It feels very rubbery. If it's not, I can't tell the difference. I'm almost certain that's rubber. Looks really good. That's tight. This seems a little flimsy. The elevator seems pretty tight. My fingers are getting more and more disgusting. Flaps here. Aileron here. Filth inside the plane. So it's good. It's pretty good. I didn't inspect the undercarriage. These springs are cool. So apparently the guy trained on this for 2 weeks, and he bought it a couple of years ago at a trade show or something. They did some demonstration. So yeah, this has got to be like a version 1. So apparently these little linkages now on the latest Tundra, they are metal, because apparently people were like snapping these bits of plastic. So they're metal now. That'd be easy enough to fix. You could almost just use like twist ties or something and just tie all that up if that broke. It's basically just holding that little hook onto these bars. You just use some wire and wrap it all around if that happened. I was thinking about buying a spare prop. I did some calculations. I write down, as you guys might know, I write down all of my flight times and all my battery, so I have a record of it. And I did a calculation on just on my Lipish for all the 5-minute or 4.5-minute flights. 11 hours and 33 minutes I've put on that plane. 11 hours and 33 minutes. So it's just, these is just a cumulative total. I write down, I've got notes, I talk about voltage, I talk about flight times, which plane I was flying, the battery number. I have all my batteries numbered. So yeah, next to these, I haven't written like how many milliamp hours, but I just know what they are. Maybe I should do a thing at the front, but I've got pages and pages and pages of notes for my flights. These are the early days. Sort of worked it out a little bit better later on. The reason why I did damage to the Phoenix and the Super Easy, broke 2 props in the space of like a week, is just because I was just being careless. I think maybe I was just a bit bored, or I don't know, something. And I was just being a bit silly and not maybe appreciating being up in the air. I think you only appreciate flight time when you can't get up in the air again for a little while, or at least in the plane that you want to. Yeah, I love the Lipish, and it's an awesome plane, but sometimes you just want to float around and not create too much noise, and that plane is not exactly quiet. So I've also been considering doing a bit of a respray on this. I kind of don't like these white. I feel like when there's huge chunks of white and they just put a sticker on, I just feel like it's really lazy. This just looks so nice at the front. I guess the more paint you have on a plane, the more paint that can come off. This cowl is plastic too. This is colored plastic. I love that. I kind of like that there's also not a nose cone. It just simplifies things a lot. The only bit of damage they had was this little, I'm certainly just banged into something. Obviously that's compression here and a little bit of a scratch here. So it's probably just smacked into something. Thankfully there's no other damage down here like I did to mine when I ran it into the power lines. I snapped the whole front of the nose off. But this is pretty thick. Look how thick this is. This is the thick. I mean, I don't have really super big hands or anything, but that's as wide as my thumb. That's at least probably 15 or 20 mil, which is really thick and juicy. Let's see how this suspension is. I don't know. if that was really, those springs are supposed to take, like absorb some of the force, then that should be a hinge. That's got to be just for looks. That makes no sense to me. Why would you put a spring here if this isn't hinged up here? If that was hinged, that'd move up and it would pull on the spring, but it does nothing. So even if, no. If this little piece breaks, I will need to do something, because it's like a two-part, and they're held together by that. These effectively do nothing. They look kind of cute, and I think that's about it, to be honest. The other thing I might have to do is, I've heard people's wheels come off, so I might have to add some weld bond between the wheel hub and the tire itself, or the wheel and the tire. Can't wait to clean this thing. Yeah, it's in pretty good nick. Probably wondering how much I spent on this plane. So in Australian dollars, you're looking at, for a new one, I think they're about 270 or 280 bucks as a P&P. I paid 130 for this, so I'm really, really stoked. So that should be good to get her up in the air. My Super Easy doesn't have any flaps, and I was interested initially in programming flapperons. Didn't get around to it, didn't muck around doing that, so now I've got all that in the Tundra. So yeah, I guess we're just waiting for the maiden now. Again, no Haley in this particular video, but there's been a little bit of Harry. He's come along for the ride, and we've picked up the Tundra together. I didn't want to leave him at home. I was away for probably half the day, so it was kind of nice for him to come along. Anyway, I hope you guys are really well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.